Hello everyone. In this session we will discuss the structures in our C language. So before explaining the structures, first we need to know one thing about the arrays. So once here you are using the arrays, just you are representing those arrays in the group of data items. In the arrays, whatever you are storing the information that can be stored in the form of contiguous memory locations. So what we are taking in that we are taking the elements, or else here we can say data items. Arrays can be used to represent a group of data items. So that can be having the same type. Same type means your same data type. Like your if you are taking the integer, so how many elements we have into that? So those elements are taking the same integer point of view. And suppose if you are taking the float here, all the elements will be having the floating data type only, right? So we cannot use an array if we want to represent a collection of data items. Arrays can be performed the group of data items, okay, but we cannot perform or else we cannot represent the collection of data items of the different types. By using the arrays, we can perform the same data type whenever you are performing the programmatic or else any example. But you can see if we need the some different types of for one thing you can use the integer, and another data item for float, like that here we cannot use by the arrays. So for that case here we introduced our structures. By using the structures here we can work the different data types for the single item. Okay, you can see here we have the definition for the structures. A structure is a collection of data items. Means this is also similar to our arrays only. It is also having the collection of the data items, but here it is taking the different data types. For one data item, it can be choose the one data type, or else you can use, if you need, you can use the same data type also. But here in the arrays, we cannot have the different data types performance. And here, whatever you have the different data types, these will be having the one single name. A structure is a collection of data items of different data types under the single name. That is a definition for our structures. Or else here we can say a structure is the, or else here we can say this is a structure is the collection of, is a collection of heterogeneous data items. Heterogeneous data items. Anything you can perform here. Okay, so this is also similar to the meaning of this only. You can follow this. You can follow this definition, or else anything. This one also. So like here, a structure is having the collection of data items. Those are the different data types in our under the single name. For example, you can see the structure is handling the group of logical related data items. For example, so in that time here you can represent the set of attribute. How means here I am taking this one simple example. Here we have the one student. Here I am taking the student. Student will have only one thing? No. Student will have the several attributes like student name, student marks, like student roll number, and student date of birth, student phone number. So many we have. Okay. So if you are taking the one student, the student will be having the some set of attributes. So the student, for example, here I am writing student name and student roll number. Okay, you can say student roll number, and also student will be having the marks. Means here one student is performing these several attributes. One student is performing the several attributes. So here the student is the, suppose you can say the student is the one data item. This data item can be takes the different data types. How we can identify? You can see the student name always will be having the characters. Characters means here we can take the character data type. And next here we have the roll number. Roll number means here it is the integer point. We can take the integers. Marks. So here marks, here we can take the integers only. And if we need the percentage for the student means you can take the float. Why? Because here we are getting the percentages in the form of points wise. Okay, means one data item will be having the different data types that we can call like here our structures. So this is not there in our arrays. So whatever you have the drawback in the arrays, for that case here we introduce the our structures, right? And here if you need you can choose the any example. If you are choosing the time, so the time will be having the seconds, minutes, hours, milliseconds, like that here we have. And if you are taking the date, it will be having like a date, month, year, like that here we can describe the one data type to the different data types manner. Means first you need to be take the one data item. For that here you can create the some attributes. Okay, the student will be having so many, like your date of birth we have, and phone number we have, and address, everything here we can mention. That is also possible. Okay, like that here you can create the our student. And next here you can see we have the declaration of the structure. How we can declare the our structures. Declaration of the structures. So here the declaring of the structure can be performed by using the struct tag name. Here I am writing. First it will be having the struct tag name. After that it will be having like data type, and the member. So here the member we can also call like your variables. Member variables. In the functions we have the member of the functions, right? So like that your member of the variables. And next here you can see data type member 2. Means here how many variables you need, you can perform those into this. Not only one variable, right? So several variables we need with the different data types. For that case here you can write the our member of the functions with the our data type. How many we can write your number of means here at last here up to so on you can write the member n and close the our struct here. You can see here we are declaring the our structure. So first the structure will be defined by the one keyword. That keyword we can call like your struct. So here the struct is the keyword for the structure. We can say this is the keyword for the our structure. And next here it can be followed by the one optional, that is like your struct tag, the tag name. And the body will be having, once you're opening the brace, this we can call like your body. The body will be having the data type and the variables, right? Or else here we can say members. Here you can mention the integer, and here also you can mention the a, or else anything you can name. Like that you can mention anything. That is possible. Data type and the variables. Once you completed this, and you can see here whatever you have the data type and the members, these will be separated by the commas. Okay, so you can see here these will be separated by the semicolons. Here we are separated. And at last here you can see the tag will be having the closing with the semicolon. All these belong to the our type of the structure tag name. Whatever you have, these will be belongs to the our structure tag name. Here this will be having means the structure will be having the at last here semicolon. You need to be close the our structure with the form of semicolon. Normally you are closing the you're opening the brace and you're closing the brace, right? But in the structure you have to be close with the semicolon. So this is the end of the tag here. This is the end of the tag. Otherwise here it will be the error. Okay, so for example you can see here, for example here I'm writing the example to display this one, how it will be looks like. Here you can see. So for example only I'm choosing. First here what we have the struct keyword. You can see here we have the struct, and next here we have the student details. Here I'm taking the student details only. You will be understand in easy way only. Okay, so means you are the student, whatever you have the details, you know, right? So for that case here I'm taking the student details. So STUD means your student, or else you can write the STD also, that is also possible, there is no problem. We are writing in the shortcut form, that's it. And open the brace for this. Once you opened here, you need to be write the our data type with the member of the functions. How many you need that you can write, that is possible. Here I am taking the student name. The student name will be having the character data type. Here you can mention the char and the name. Here we need the name for the student, right? And you can see here I am taking the 20. So what is this means here? Whatever you're writing the name will be having the up to 20 characters. Suppose if you're trying to write the 21 character, that is not valid into this. Means we are giving some size to define this. Okay, so whatever you're writing the name, up to 20 characters is allowed. And give the semicolon. And next here I am taking the student branch, like your BSc, BCom, BBA, BA, like that. Here we have these several groups, right? So for that case here I am choosing the student branch. The branch is also having the some characters. For that case here I am choosing the character data type. You can write the branch. Here I am taking the branch is like your 5 characters. Up to 5 characters is allowed. And not only that, here I need the student age also. The age will be displayed in the integer format. So here you can mention the age is like your int age. And next here we need to be take the roll number for the student. The roll number will be having like here integer format only. Just here you can mention the int roll number. Once you completed the writing of this, here you can close the our tag with the end of the semicolon. Don't forget the end of the semicolon. So once you perform this one, like in the programmatic here, this can be specifies the our templates. So how it can be displays the displays in the templates. Let's see here. Here we can write the how it can be performs like in the template format. So first here we took the name, right? First we took the student name. Okay. So first how many we given? Name, branch, age, and the roll number we given, right? So for that case here you can mention this one. So the name will be having the array of 20 characters. Array of 20 characters. So we given the size is like your 20, right? So the 20 is like your 20 array of the characters. So it will be allowed the up to 20 of the characters. Okay, so once you completed, close this. And next here you will be having the branch. So the branch will be having like your groups only, right? So whatever you are the group that you can write here, right? and it will be having like your array of the 5 characters. We given already that one into the programmatic. Array of 5 characters. If you're giving the more than this here, you can write the that number only. 5 characters. Okay. And next we have the age. The age will be having integers. Just you can write the integer value. Integer value. And next here what we have, next we have the roll number. The roll number is also having the roll number is also having the integer only. So the template format can be stores the our information whatever you declared, that can be stores like this. That can be stores like this. So here we have the name, branch, age, and the roll number. These we can call like your members or else your structure elements. See here we have the name, branch, age, roll number. These we can call members or else your structure elements. You can write here, you will be understand. We have the name and the branch, age, and the roll number. So these we can call like your our members, like your variables, or else we can call these or the our structure elements. Structure elements. And the members is belongs to the different data types. What we have the data types here, we have the character and the integer data type. And the structure name will be having the one tag name, that is the our student details. Once you can check our programmatic, and that is also we can say student tag. Here we have, you can see here, and this here we displayed. This is a keyword and this is the our tag name only, right? Here we can say this is the our tag name, and whatever you have character, integer, these two are the our data types. And name, branch, age, roll number, these will be the our members or a structure of elements. Those we declared into this. Like this here we can perform the our declaration of the structures. And next here we have the some features to define with the our structures. Let's see here what we have the features in our structures. So first we have the using the equal to operator. First we have the first one, using the equal to operator. Equal to means here it is a similar. Whatever we have the elements that we are assigning into the another one also. Let's see here how it can be looks like. So whatever you have the structure elements, those are stored in the memory, right? So whatever you have the structure elements, suppose in the previous example we have the name, branch, age, and the roll number. Those are like your our elements. Those will be stored in the memory. So the memory will be having the contiguous memory locations, like your continuous, right? And those will be having the one symbol that is like your our equal to symbol. So this equal to symbol we can call like your one assignment operator. Assignment operator, what we have, equal to only. And if we need to be copy the entire elements of one structure to another, in that time here the equal to operator will be used. So when we are using this one, copy the entire elements, copy the entire elements of one structure to another structure, one structure to another structure. In the time here you can use the our equal to operator. And this is not possible in case of arrays. Just if you're working with the structures only, we can copy all the elements by using the our equal to operator, right? So once you perform, it can be takes the entire elements only. And next we have the nested structures. Second one we have the nested structures. The nested structures we can also call like your structures in the structures. Means you can write these structures. In that structures again we can define the another structure, like your functions. The functions will be having the multiple functions inside, right? So means we can call those also. So same like that also here, the structure, first you can define your struct keyword with it, and also you can define the another struct keyword into this structure, that we can call like your nested structure. Okay, so we have the best option to create the nested structures in our C programmatic. The one structure will be having the another structure, that we can call like your nested structures. You can write here one structure within another structure, within another structure. In the one structure you can define the another structure, that we can call like your nested structures. And it can be creates the complexity the times for the storing various elements. Okay, and next year we have the passing the structure variables. Next year we have the third one, that is like your passing structure variables. Passing the structure variables to the functions, or else to a function, whatever you have the structure variables that we are passing into the functions, right? So how we can pass these into the functions? Let's see here. Whatever you have the structure variables, we can pass that into the functions, like your any other normal variables only. Okay, normal variables only we can perform into the functions. So that can be done in the two ways. How we can perform those normal ways? By using the two ways here we can perform. That is like your one is the passing individual elements. Passing the individual elements. We can pass the elements in the form of individual, means here separately, one after another. Here we can send that one. So like by using the pass by reference type, here we can send the our elements into the our functions. Okay, pass by reference manner we are sending. And next here we have the entire structure also. Passing entire structure. Passing the entire structure means here we can perform this one into the main function. Whatever you have the inside of the main function, that can be performed into this. Entire structure means whatever you have the structure that you can send. In the passing individual elements, we can send the each and every element one after another. But passing the entire structure at the one time only, you can pass all the things whatever you have. Okay, like that here we can perform the our features to the structures. Thank you for the watching. If you like the video, subscribe to my channel.